The electric mirage, how EVs and cryptocurrencies are just smoke and mirrors in the great climate circus. In the grand theater of modern economics, where every script is written by shadowy figures in smoke-filled rooms, we find ourselves once again enthralled by a new act, the electric vehicle, EV, phenomenon. It's a captivating tale that promises to save the planet, revolutionize transportation, and reduce our carbon footprint, all while conveniently allowing governments to line their pockets with taxpayer money. But wait, Ford, like many other automakers, including the venerable Volkswagen Group, has finally awakened to the realization that the whole EV spectacle is nothing more than a carefully orchestrated scam. Let's pause for a moment and examine the evidence of this electrifying deception. The entire EV revolution is touted as the pinnacle of human ingenuity, a heroic endeavor to combat climate change, the very crisis governments like Canada invoke to justify their carbon taxes. Yet, this noble cause seems suspiciously akin to a magician's sleight of hand, distracting us with one hand, saving the planet, while the other reaches into our wallets under the guise of environmental stewardship. For nearly 5 years, I have been warning about this, sensing the same foul play I saw in the cryptocurrency racket, a scheme concocted by the U.S. government's three-letter agencies to lull the masses into a false sense of financial autonomy. Let's not forget the curious case of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, the digital frontier, the bastion of financial freedom, or so they said. Many people, in their desperation to escape the ever-reaching tentacles of government control, eagerly invested in these digital assets, thinking they were finally out of Big Brother's grasp. In reality, however, the same governments they sought to elude were pulling the strings all along, silently watching and, in some cases, even owning these investments. When the power grid fails, and it inevitably will, because, let's face it, we can barely keep the lights on during a heat wave, those meticulously mined coins will vanish into thin air, just like your dreams of financial independence. Now, imagine for a moment the coming apocalypse when electricity is scarce, and the dreams of EV dominance are nothing more than a fond memory. Picture yourself in your shiny electric car, sitting in a garage somewhere, frantically checking your phone for a crypto price update as your battery indicator plunges into the red zone. The irony will be palpable. Your EV will be as useful as a teapot made of chocolate, and your cryptocurrency portfolio, nothing more than a digital dust collector. Better stock up on tissues now, because there will be many tears to wipe away. But, of course, the grandest illusion of all is the idea that we'll have enough electricity to power this brave new world of electric cars and decentralized finance. Just as no one is packing their bags for Mars, sorry, Elon, no one has figured out how to generate the gargantuan amounts of electricity required to charge billions of EVs while keeping our homes, hospitals, and cities running. It's almost like we've been sold a utopia that doesn't exist, like trying to sell beachfront property on the moon. Now, for those still skeptical of this analysis, here's a juicy tidbit to help you see the reality. 2 years ago, J.P. Morgan and BlackRock, those titans of finance and paragons of prudent investment, poured trillions into fossil fuels. Trillions. Do you really think these savvy investors, who have built empires by making the right bets, are suddenly making poor decisions? Hardly. They know something the rest of us are beginning to realize. The EV and cryptocurrency hype are just that, hype. Fossil fuels, for all their flaws, still fuel the global economy. And those who know where to place their bets aren't buying into the fantasy of an all-electric future any more than they're planning a summer home on Mars. So, what's the takeaway from this analytical journey through the circus of modern capitalism? It's simple. We live in a world where the line between innovation and illusion is increasingly blurred. EVs and cryptocurrencies are dressed up as the future, clean, green, and liberating. Yet, they are the perfect tools for those who know how to manipulate mass belief, wrapped in the rhetoric of progress while concealing old tricks in new packaging. Perhaps it's time we stopped buying into the performance and started asking who's really behind the curtain, pulling the levers, and counting the money. In the end, you have to ask yourself, are J.P. Morgan and BlackRock bad investors? Or have they simply seen through the haze of electric dreams and digital gold, knowing full well that the real power still lies in the black gold beneath our feet?